good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, each and every one of you. Happy Monday morning to you. I am so delighted that you have made it through the weekend. You had a safe weekend. Hopefully, you had a productive weekend. Hopefully, you got a little bit of rest. I hope you did. I hope you got some rest this weekend and you are ready to take on the week. Good morning. Good morning, Johanna. Good morning. Good morning, Janice. Good morning to Noah. Thank you so much. Good morning, Lillian. Good morning. Hey, Kim. Yeah, Kim had a birthday last week. Good morning, Siobhan. Good morning, everybody. Thank you guys for joining me. Hey, listen, I've been in a relationship series for the last several weeks, and we were talking about a lot of things. But this morning, I want to share some stuff with you that I think is just really going to really shine some light on some things. And I want to start by saying something like this: You can't be an effective Christian and not have at least one enemy. Even your enemies have enemies. Let me say this again: you can't be an effective Christian and not have at least one enemy. Even your enemies have enemies. The scripture gives us insight about having adverse relational connection, interaction. The scripture gives us insight about having adverse relational interaction work towards the good of the development of the character of people. So we have to deal with relationships. Somebody type in the chat relationships. Most of us, if we tell the truth and be honest, we take the victim role. Most of us take the victim role. Yeah, someone dropped you when you needed them the most. Somebody shared your secret. But I want you to realize that you were at least 50% of the problem. Let me say this again. You were at least 50% of the problem in any messed up relationship that you've had. Wow. Wow, that's hard. That's harsh. Let me say that again. You were at least, it's harsh, but it's an eye opener. You were at least 50% of the problem in a messed up relationship. Most people want to know the top reasons relationships don't work. Is it or marriages? Is it sex? Is it money? Is it kids? No, that's not it. Yeah, marriage is one of the most resilient forces on the planet. Marriages have recovered from so much where parties were willing. Write this down. The number one reason why relationships don't work is because one or more parties are unwilling to change. Let me say that again. The number one reason why relationships don't work, whether it's marriage, whatever it is because one or more parties are unwilling to change. So we need to know how to do relationships well. All right. I want to teach you a little bit. I really thought about this. What is it that I want to leave you with today? I don't just want to leave you with a great saying that's going to give you an emotional high. I want to teach you something this morning. Yeah, we need to know how to do relationships well. Christians should be encouraged to pursue marriage and healthy relationships. You need to type that. Every Christian, listen to me. Let me say this again. Christians should be encouraged, yeah, to pursue marriage. And if you're not going to pursue a marriage, at least pursue a healthy relationship. Let me say that one more time for the person in the back. Every Christian should pursue marriage or at least a healthy relationship. If you are saved, delivered, yeah. If you're saved, delivered, yeah. It's immature for you to spend your life thinking that marriage or relationship is a prison sentence. Let me say that again. It's immature for you to think that spend your life thinking that marriage or relationship is a prison sentence. And you will lose your freedom once you define commitment. Yeah, there are people who are afraid of the covenant of marriage and then think that they will be faithful. I'm just going to be faithful to the Lord. Yeah, it's the, watch this, and I hope you catch this. It's the same muscle that keeps you faithful to God that keeps you faithful in a relationship. Wow, 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 wow. It's the same muscle that keeps you faithful to God is the same muscle that keeps you faithful in a relationship. Yeah. When you accept Jesus Christ as Lord of your life, you enter into what we call salvation. Yeah. When you do it, it gives the Lord the right to bring you into deliverance. Yeah. Because God cannot deliver you if you're not willing to allow him to save you. Let me say it again. God can't deliver you if you're not willing to allow him to save you. So what happens is you say, Lord, I want to make you Lord over my life. God, you are in control. And so then that confession invites Jesus to sit on the throne of your heart, and then he frees you. Now, he says, what does this have to do with relationship? I'm glad you asked because I'm going to go there. Yeah, yeah, because watch this. When God frees you, he has to contaminate the evidence that is against you. Let me say it again. Whenever God frees you, he has to contaminate the evidence that is against you. If you understand the justice or the judicial system, any evidence of guilt, wrongdoing is inadmissible it's inadmissible in the court of law if it's been contaminated with. Yeah. So what happens is the enemy has evidence against you, the accuser of the brethren. You did that, born to this. Once you get saved, the lamb sprinkles the blood, yeah, all over the evidence. And now it is inadmissible in a court of law. So the enemy can't use your fingerprint because the blood has contaminated it. So when you start to get delivered from where you've been, your social circle is the first to respond. Let me say that again. When you start to get delivered from where you've been, your social circle is the first to respond. When you make a decision to make Jesus your head, Satan has placed his whole network on notice that you have changed your life. Now I'm getting to the relationship. Hang with me. I've got a few minutes. So what happened is you have to learn the premise for friendship. Somebody type friendship. You have to learn the premise for friendship. Before you are saved, you had friendships for all kinds of reasons. Yeah. You had relationships for all kinds of reasons. But after you get saved, there should be other things and reasons why you decide to relate to other people, to include other people into your life. Now this has to be the beginning point to this discussion. Yeah, there are two things about relationships before I leave you this morning. There are two things about relationships that you must protect at all costs. Two things to relationships that you must protect at all costs. Number one, deliverance. Somebody type deliverance. There are two things you must protect at all costs when it comes to relationships. Number one is deliverance. Yeah, deliverance is being rescued or set free from. You are not any good to God if you are not free. Let me say that again. You are not good to God if you're not free. So you must protect your deliverance at all costs. You should never surrender your freedom for company. Let me say that one more time because I think that's powerful. You should never surrender your freedom for company. You should never surrender your freedom for pictures, for celebrations. So the first thing that is a priority when considering relationships is my deliverance. What am I willing to sacrifice to be your friend? Sometimes some of us are surrendering too much just to have company. Number one is your deliverance. Number two, you must protect your destiny at all costs. You must protect your destiny at all costs. Yeah. When you think about when you got saved, you must consider there was a point and a purpose of God for saving you. There was a point that God had in saving you. So when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friendships, when it comes to colleagues, brotherhoods, sisterhoods, there are two things you must protect at all times, and that's your deliverance, and that is your destiny. You'll find that most relationships are going to reinforce those two things or assault those two things. Let me say that again. Most relationships are going to protect your deliverance and your destiny, or they're going to assault your deliverance and your destiny. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Or stand as a spy and open doors to get you captured or destroyed. Let me say that again. Yeah. The right relationships will help protect your deliverance, which is your freedom, and your destiny, your purpose. The wrong relationships will act as a spy, yeah, and open doors to get you captured or destroyed. The Old Testament calls it the snare of the fowler. Where's the scripture at, preacher? Psalms 91, verses 2 through 3. Yeah, the word snare of the fowler. Snares were the crumbs that led you to the one who set the trap. Yeah. The word fowler is the bird catchers in the Old Testament who would capture birds for the purpose of using their despair cry to get other birds to come closer to investigate them. And when the other birds would make the birds cry for despair. And when the other birds who were flying high heard them, they would swoop down to check on their brothers, only to be found that they would be caught themselves. Wow, wow, wow. This is why the hunters try to get you away from the pack so you can be alone. This is why some relationships, you ever been in a relationship that they say, listen, you don't have to listen to her, you don't have to listen to him. Why? Because there's safety in the multitude of company. Yeah, there's safety. The enemy tries to get you away by yourself and tries to speak into your ear by himself because it gets you away. And now you ever been like that? That a relationship has pulled you away from your family, has pulled you away from the friends that were really positive in your life. You don't need them. They wrong for you anyway. Let me come over here. Let me talk to you. It's the snare of the fowl. He's trying to lead you away, because this is why you got to be careful when you feel lonely. Because whenever you feel lonely, the enemy will use your loneliness to lure you away. And he lures you into a place that he feels like he can lure you far enough away to destroy you, capture you, and destroy you. Yeah. So all relationships flows between every relationship you have flows between deliverance and destiny. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed this today. I hope you've enjoyed this teaching today. I wanted to tell you, protect your freedom at all costs. Number two, protect your purpose and your destiny. Never be led astray. Wow, wow. Never be led beyond. Y'all remember Simba, from the Lion King? Yeah. His dad told him, Mufasa told his young son Simba the lion, he says, everywhere you see belongs to us, and you can go. You can travel that. You can explore that. Everywhere you see. But beyond where you can't see, that ain't where you need to be going. Because if you ever go beyond the borders of what God has set for you, the boundaries God set for you, if you ever go beyond, if you ever go beyond the structure God set for people who are supposed to be your friends, then what you have done is that you have set yourself up to be captured and destroyed. And you got to be careful. You got to be careful, because sometimes you'll go so far beyond the boundary and say, ain't not going to happen. And maybe it didn't happen. Maybe you were good that day. Maybe you were good the next day. Maybe you were good the next week. But when you look back, eventually, you're going to see how far you are from the boundary. and it's hard. It takes much harder work to have to run back. Let me say it like this. You know, I looked at some old pictures and I ain't had no gut. I mean, I was slim. I was trim. I was running. I was exercising. Yeah, listen, that was in my prime. That was earlier. Let me just say that earlier. I'm in my prime. I had the lean body, but a honey bun here, few donuts there, ain't gonna hurt nothing. A few cakes, a few late night snacks here caused me to go beyond the boundary. And whenever I went beyond the boundary, I looked and what the slim me used to look like. Now I don't pick up some weight. So now it takes me much longer. I got to work twice as hard to get back to the shape I want to be in. The enemy does not mind you enjoy. Let me say it like this. God doesn't mind you enjoying life. You got to enjoy life. You got to enjoy it. You only get one life. You got to enjoy it. But there's a way to do it. There's a way. What the enemy wants to do is lure you beyond the boundaries God set and say, hey, it's all right. Come on over here. And before you know it, you out of shape. You going up the steps. You huffing and you puffing. Come on here, y'all. Come on. I wish y'all was talking to me this morning. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Kim. God doesn't mind you doing things, but do it in moderation. Yeah. So tomorrow, I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow evening, 7:30. Can't wait to talk to you because I think it's so important to set boundaries for your life. Set the boundaries. Set the boundaries. The enemy says, you don't got to go to church today. You busy. You've been working all week. You've been working all week. Just relax for this weekend. You don't have to go to church. Watch church online. So what do? You coming to church this weekend? No. You make every excuse why we couldn't go to a 90-minute service that could change our lives. So the enemy lullabies you to sleep. Yeah. He lullabies you into a place of complacency. So you stay at home, the same place you've been all week. And he says, watch it. You can watch it online. Same word, same. Why do you got to go? But then you get distracted because you get up and you got to walk over here. You miss something. You come back and you don't miss about 2 minutes of a word that maybe you really needed. Wow, wow, wow. You've made every excuse. Why? The enemy told you, listen, why are you tripping? You watching it. But then you get distracted. So you don't catch the whole message. You don't catch the whole worship. You only catch part of things. You got parts here, parts there. That's why sometimes it is good for you to leave the house and come into an environment of worship. So you don't let everything distract you. And then you get into worship. And so your cell phone, you're not taking notes, but you're scrolling on social media while you're sitting in an environment where you're supposed to be disciplined. That enemy is a tricky fellow. God don't mind you on social media. He don't mind you doing this and doing that. But some things are not more important. When you get in certain environments, when you listen, if you're in the OR room and you get ready to be operated on, I don't know nobody that want to pull their cell phone out and say, hey, doctor, go ahead and do what you got to do. I'm going to be on the phone. No. You know why? Because what's going on in your life is so crucial. You either can be infected or you can be healed. Let me put these notes up. Y'all ain't ready for me this week. Oh, yeah. It's high time we get more focused because the Lord spoke to me on Saturday and he said, tell the people this is get ready. They're going to get ready to start winning. He said, tell them to get ready to start winning. But what does that really mean? That means to win, I got to be more focused. That means I got to be more disciplined. That means I got to guard my deliverance and my destiny better. Because some of us, we ain't even put no lock on our deliverance or our destiny. So the enemy lures you back. You want somebody, don't you? You say, yeah. He said, come on, I got somebody out here for you. So you go say, I don't know about that. God didn't tell me that. And you come out. Well, let me at least just peep around the corner and see what they look like. Be careful. Never allow the enemy to make you lose your focus. You'll regret it later. Because sometimes when you look back and see how far you are, now we got to send a search and rescue party out after you. All right, listen, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's devotion. I hope this has really been an eye opener for you. Everybody in the chat, type focus. You better get more focus. You got to get more focus. Got to get more focus. When you get more focus, you can get more things done. I pray God sends you the right people. I pray God sends you the right friends. I pray you have the right friends and the right relationships. Because listen, when the right relationship collaborate, it's a hit every time. Can I say it like DJ Khaled? And another one. And another one. And another one. What does that mean? That means we got another hit. And another one. The right collaboration. You and God, and He bringing the right people into your life this week. I decree over your life that the right people are coming this week. I said at the top of this week, the right people are coming into your life this week. I decree it. The right people are coming. And I declare the wrong people won't even have a voice in your life this week. God, I wish y'all was talking to me. Yeah, I declare the right people are coming into your life and the wrong people won't even have a voice this week. I pray they won't even be able to get in your ear this week. I pray they won't be able to get in your inbox. And I pray when you see them in your inbox, you just keep scrolling. Ain't got time for that. Ain't got time for foolishness. Somebody just type in the chat, I do not have time for foolishness. I got to get some stuff accomplished this week. I declare you're going to get a lot of things accomplished this week. Have an amazing week. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. God's got some stuff to say to you. I hope you're ready to hear it because it's going to bless your socks off. All right. Gotta run. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.